The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman. Thursday, the 8th of May. We're looking at the market. The Dow is up 186. The futures were up way more than that earlier on. Let me just show you the futures here. Here's the YM. The YM actually is only in leg C. The Dow is actually at a peak D, a peak C, and needs that leg D. So let me just go through this. So the Dow itself is at 41,310, up 197. The S&P is at a peak B, needs a leg C, going into that 5,700 area. On the 200-period moving average, I mentioned how potent this is. Once you touch it, you kind of get stuck to it, that 200-period moving average. That's exactly what's happened here. On the one hand, it's positive because we haven't pulled back very sharply on any of the news. I remember my expression here is fly by the news, die by the news. This is all tariff related. And what we're looking at is that market is holding pretty well when you consider. But look at the QQQ, 1, 2, 3. There we go. QQQ is trading up 3.62 at 486.92. I kind of stuck. There's the 200-period moving average going up and down around it. It needs to break above it. And I've got the level 493.62 possibly by the 13th. Oh, I didn't do that with the Dow. I'll do that now. I've got targets here. I got it in my, this I'll show my subscribers every day because we are along the Dow. That the 41,445 level should be hit sometime by the 12th to the 14th. We'll see if that's going to happen. Let's go back here. And what we're looking at is that the QQQ has 1, 2, 3, an upside target of 493.62. Did I mention that? By the 13th or 14th. IWM trading now at 164, up at 164 at 199.10. This is a little bit different, but it does have a potential upside target of 203, and that could be by the 12th to the 13th, maybe the 14th. So the Dow's pulled back a little bit, just a little bit down, up 152. S&P's up 21. Sudden selling pressure. Let's go back to, I'm going to go back. I want you to the SMHs. Those are semiconductors. Up $1.56 at 221.58. Got a long way to go to get to the 224 to 228 level, which would be the next Chapman wave inside wedge target repellent line resistance, but it's holding okay right now. Now, this is going to be quite important because, look, we've got, going through the other sectors, you've got Bitcoin at 99,800, up 3,145. We've been very positive of this and said if it breaks this, the week is young. We've still got to go through to Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock. But if it holds very well above this Chapman wave inside track repellent line in the weekly chart, that's going to be good because that MACD is so close. It's 0-0. It is so the 0% line. If it goes positive, that could add another impetus to the Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has become kind of in the press, in the news, in the trading vernacular. I'm suddenly, and even in the, where did I see it today? Oh, even in institutionally, money has started to go into Bitcoin. Bitcoin as an investment. This is the first time I've been seeing it down to the, almost, I wouldn't say the layman level, but down to the lay level, in the sense that you've now got traditional municipalities that are thinking about having that as part of a fund. I mean, that's kind of important. Okay, let's go back to the dollar now. We want to look at currencies. Dollar is up 32 ticks at 99.93. Nothing much to see here. EUR, USD, this is a euro-dollar currency pair. A dreaded H pattern once, maybe a second time at 1.131. up just a fraction. It's kind of stalling here. Let's look at the USD JPY. That is the Japanese yen. A little bit of a bounce, but not looking too great at 144.47, up 0.64. I'm watching this closely. I just want to go back to the gold because I had a couple of questions. Yeah, it's down 24. It's holding pretty well. That 9-period moving average over the 40. We're still holding that gold. Taking a little bit off as money management, but so far, the core position, I'm kind of satisfied with what it's doing. Let's just go back to the GDX. GDX is trading down 4 cents at 49.77. This is the move that I always have to watch carefully. There's your dreaded H once. Now it's had a much bigger move. It's over the arch formation. So now I'm going to watch this closely because if there is a pullback under 48 in the market vectors, gold miners, ETF, the GDX, that says, be careful, because if we take out the low that was made on the 2nd of May, which is 46.73, we could start to see the weekly chart, at least price-wise, deteriorate. The technicals are still very good. Let's go to silver. Silver right now is trading up 0.02 at 32.82. Nothing much to see. The Chapman wave inside track repellent zone. Wow, that has been a repellent zone. And the 200-period moving average of 32.11 keeps attracting the price to come down and test it. Now the Dow's only up 77. The S&P is up 11. It's quite a turnaround from the early morning. Look at this early morning. We went in the E-mini. We went all the way to a peak D to the high of, what was that? 50, right there. Double top, and it made it high right at 57.17.50. 717. Here we are at 56.61 in leg D to the downside. Ooh, that was quick, wasn't it? Somewhat disappointing there, isn't it? Okay. All right, let's continue. Now we're going to look at let's go back here. There we are. All right, high-grade copper. High-grade copper is trading down 0.02, 4.63. It's just not showing any strength right now. I wanted to talk about, I wrote it down. Let me get to that. Oh, the IGV. IGV is here we go. iShares Expanded Tech Software. This is the ETF. Press that. Nope, wrong one. Press that. There it is. China. I don't know how I did that. Anyway, let's get out of that. Yeah. Up $1.04 at 99.82. Now, this is the iShares Expanded Tech Software, doing very nicely. But look at this. Chapman wave falling axe formation. What is it? I'll draw it in first, and then I'll talk about it. You've got yourself right there and right there. So we've got the two lines. First of all, there's the repellent zone. We haven't got there yet. And then there's the falling axe formation. Whoa, beautiful. Went right down almost to the 200-period moving average and then rallied. So what is the falling axe formation? It's this pattern right here. This one, where price comes down sharply, usually from a D, E, or F, and then it makes lower highs and much lower lows. Then all of a sudden it shows some support and it turns around and makes a cup formation. And if it takes out this downtrend, upper downtrend line, expanding cone, takes that out, then you can see quite a big move to the upside. Well, we'll see if that's going to occur here. That means it has to get all the way to 103, and it's trading at 99.86 right now. But so far, this is very good action in this IGV. Basil Chapman, Tiger Ignitions Hour. We'll be right back. And of course, we want to, as we go to the break, we'll go to the TLT. And the TLT right now is down 8 cents at 87.83. Basil Chapman, Tiger Ignitions Hour. Be right back. Dow is up 91.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi folks, we're back and we're looking at, the question came in, could I look at Magnite Inc? MGNI is the symbol, and what does it do? It does, Magnite acts as a supply-side platform, SSP, for online advertising. Company's platform connects sellers of digital advertising inventory like CTV channels and websites with buyers, advertising agencies, to facilitate programmatic ad transactions. That's interesting. I've never actually, I didn't even know about that. So they are like an oversupplier. They take the residuals and they just sell it, I guess, something like that. Anyway, the chart, it must have had earnings today because it's up $1.55 at 13.27. Wait a minute, what happened here? No. Okay. Yeah, that's correct. All right. 14.08, up $1.65 over the 200 period moving average. So I don't know if this is an F or a B right now. All the technicals are very good in the daily. The weekly technicals still need a lot of work. All right. I like this. If you've been in it, that's great. But if you're looking at it now to buy, I would just say let it fill some of that gap. I might be wrong in the sense that it's so powerful that the high today of 14.60 gets taken out today. It gets today or tomorrow. And that all of a sudden says that 13.65 200 period moving average is going to become a huge support. But if in the next 2 days it actually slips under 13.30, I'm just going to say, wait, I do like the action. I like the action in this market environment where it's shown that it's moving up from the April 7th low. That actually looks like one of the indices right now. It looks very nice. I like it. I'm just saying risk reward. The only way I can look at this is if you've done your homework and you've been looking at it and waiting. And today the earnings came out to confirm that it's doing well. then I would say just start a little bit here, but that would be too risky, risk-reward, right? But it would be good to start just a little bit here, and then you can add on pullbacks. Why? Because that 9-period moving average has been over the 14 for quite a while. The MACD is still expanding. The stochastic's at 89%. The on-balance volume says a little bit overbought right now, but I do like it in the sense that it's responded to everything that you wanted to in this environment. So yes. So what would I do? I would say, now if you're already in it, that's fantastic. But if you're not, but you're looking at it and you're saying, in this environment, we've had so many stocks that came out with earnings. Some of them popped to the upside and then slumped. Some of them didn't respond well. I'm just going to say to you, be a little bit proactive in the sense that you're getting your foot in the door, but you don't want the door to slam shut on your foot. And that's really the way I'm looking at it at this particular point. And the reason is that it's a huge gap from 1251 to the low of today. It opens at round number 14, pops to 1460, and now it's at 1377. But that's not to say that it's really not a good company. I like the way it's acting. I'm impressed. Okay, so other than that, let's look at it. Maybe today's let's look at it again Monday or Tuesday, and if you've already just tiptoed in, we can start looking at it to see what you do next. What I am looking at here is, so we did that. Just let me just finish this for a moment. FXI. This is the large cap China ETF trading at 34.85, up 38 cents. It's kind of stuck in this range. XPEV, which this is the designs, develops, manufactures smart EVs. Sideways, correct? You had mentioned, GT, you had mentioned the other day that you think it's going sideways. Absolutely, it's going sideways. Another thing that we're looking at here is within the context of the Chinese market itself and EVs, that BYD is the one that I see is the best looking Chinese stock, at least that I follow, in terms of, number one, is it in the right area? Yep, it's in the right area. Number two, has the performance been accompanied by the chart pattern going higher? It has. Number three is this one of the leading EV makers around? Absolutely it is. So all I can say is that with that context, BYD, which is, did I forget to write? I've done it so many times. BYD is Boyd Gaming. BYDDF is what I wanted to look at. There it is. BYDDF did have a pop-up today. It's at 49.7. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Bid Company or Bide Company. This is Chinese EVs and batteries, made a peak D all the way near 55, and it's got this U-shaped pattern in the weekly chart, and it's trying. If it could have held today's high, that would have been really impressive. It didn't. So with that said, let me just do this right now. With that said, I am going to look at it over the next couple of weeks because I want to see, just on a purely technical basis, how does it treat this trend line here, the Chapman inside track repellent zone. If it's able to break back into that upside area right there, and then close within a week. If it's able to close above, I'd say 54.25, and now it's at 49.70. So that's quite a bit of a way to go. It was almost there today. It was at 50. The high today was so far 50, just over 52. So it's capable of doing that. So, okay. Now, the next question I had was, write it down. Oh, yeah. So I mentioned this the other day, and I said, I don't know if I'm going to do it for subscribers or not. It's kind of a moral question. I don't know if I want to get involved with moral questions. I mean, this is a stock market. I just want winners and losers, right? And hopefully more winners. But Philip Morris, now, as someone who's never smoked ever, who's never actually even had a puff, all I can say is, if you want to make money, sometimes you have to look and just forget about what it is, because that's the only way I've been looking at this. And here it is. This is Altria Core, tobacco, cigarettes, wines, all-time high. Is that an all-time high? Let me just check here. I think it is. all-time high was back in 2017, up at 70. What was that? I used to have this totally notated. Doji candle on June of 2017 hit 72.79 and plummets down to a low of, in March of 2020, it goes down to 30.95. I would call that a bit of a hit. And now it's come back quite nicely. Yeah, so all I can say is that I don't know how you want to treat it, but as a stock, it's doing extremely well. This is the environment that favors something like Altria. Well, that's all I can say. The support is at 59.30, and right now it's trading at 60.64, down 27 cents. Next thing I want to look at, what I write down here. Yes, now this is going to be very, how do I put this? You've got, I'll go to ARKK. This is the Innovation Fund. Kathy Wood, it's the Innovation Fund. It's done pretty nicely from the low that was made down the 38, 37 area. It runs all the way to the 52s. It's trading out now. What's really important, I'm going to put this in the category, when I return, I'm going to put this in the category of the has-beens that want to be the newbies. And it hasn't gotten there yet. And that's going to be key coming into July. And I'll talk about it when I return. Dow is up 203.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, folks, we're back. Let's make a change here. Okay. So this is very interesting. In the den, Kiki had mentioned PBI, Pitney Bowes. Now, I'd done work on this a long time ago. I seem to have lost all the notation. There was a moment where it had a really strong spike, and we were looking at it as a single-digit stock, very low priced. And what was it that made it come alive? This is back here, back in January, I believe. A, B, C, D, E. Let me just type in the notation, Chapman Wave notation. Peak A, peak B, peak C, D, E. A little double top, might have made it by a penny, an extra one, but I'll call that a top right there. Pulls back sharply. Now look at this. It hits the 200-period moving average a number of times, and it's like a springboard. Whoosh, it moves up, and now it's in leg E. Look at the way it went from the bottom down in the 650 area up to the 11, round number 11. And look at those big spikes to the upside. Here you've got much smaller ones. Here, look. So I'm looking at this, I'm saying it's working hard. Why would it suddenly come alive? We looked at so many stocks that were kind of dead. There was one that I was looking at yesterday, one I followed for years. I don't know if we've had, I think maybe once we had it. I'll get to the monthly in a moment. Just let me mention FTK. Just kind of tootling along down the 200-period moving average of 7. Suddenly yesterday, whoosh, it has this huge move from 7.40 to over 10, and today it's trading at 10.68. Flowtech Industries, chemistry and data analysis in energy industry. And it doesn't matter to me, it's the chart formation. How does something just perk up like that? Nothing, and then all of a sudden, I'm talking about perk up. We're in leg C, just about hit the 200-period moving average of 56.89 in the 200-period moving average of the 1-minute chart. Look at all the resistance over there, but it's trying to tackle it. And it hit the 5-minute chart in the E-mini in one leg up, A. And it's one leg up. Now, have we seen a kind of is this a 2-click session from the low that was made in the 56, 60-ish area? We're going to find out about that. But that's what's been happening lately. You've had big moves up in the 10-minute chart that takes you to at least a D. We'll see. The day's young. I want to get back to this. And I want to say, so talking about PBI, I just need to look at it. Where did I put it? Okay, let's see. This is Pitney Bowes. I always look it up. I always think it's in the office management type area. POBES does. Let's see. Pitney Bowes does. Pitney Bowes, an American technology-driven company that provides SaaS, shipping solutions, mailing innovation. I remember something about the mailing part of it. Didn't shipping, they mean shipping. I meant ships. No, this is shipping, like UPS. Mailing innovations, pre-sort mailing services and financial services. Offices, they offer delivery, returns, cross-border shipping. I like it. But here's the thing. It needs to clear. You see this little peak right here that was at $9.79. It needs to get into the 980s. If it can get into the 980s and do it, I would say it needs to do it by early next week. And it has to make the $8.90 to $8.60 area absolute support in the next week. If it can get there, I think that's really good action. All right, hope that helps you. Next question came in. Let me just see. There was something I saw. Okay, not there. Okay, so, Basil, yesterday you had mentioned GE is kind of a benchmark for you. Could you explain why and what you're looking for? That's a little difficult in the sense that it's in an area that should be deep cyclical. It should be weakening under these conditions. If we were going to this big crash, this big downturn, I think that GE would be showing that right now. GE Aerospace, GE trading at 213.09. But most important about this whole thing is that we've seen so many double tops. I just need to do something here just to satisfy myself. Can I do that? Yeah. So within that context, let me just raise it. There we go. Okay. While I'm talking, I'm trying to do other things. It's just hard to do. Okay. You remember about from November, actually it was from October, I started talking about double tops, how so many stocks had come back from where they were and had gone back to a place that was really quite impressive. And because of that, I said, I'm going to be watching double tops. And we had double tops everywhere. We had double tops in the Dow, later on for the January highs. This is really important. And why was it important? Because it tells you that there's a certain market mechanism that you've got to respect. So look, 214.31 was the high in March for GE. It dropped very sharply, went down to the 160, I would say 70 points. That's a bit of a hit. But look what it's done. It's come right back to a leg D. That was a peak D at 214.31, and that was on March the 26th. Comes crashing down. Really, that was, I mean, look at that. That was a deep slide. But now it is close to an all-time high at 212.78 today. Went to 213.72. So I'm monitoring this in GE. We are long GE, but I'm monitoring this because there's the time lapse that I had was for another 2 sessions to get to 214.31, and it's just missed it today. So it has another 2 sessions to try to get there. So the time says, what day is that? That is the 12th. The 12th of May will be a Monday. So we'll see. Because most importantly, in this particular V-shaped pattern, those double tops, what happens in a V-shape, different to a cup formation, what happens in a V-shaped formation is that the move that takes out the left side high has to go powerfully above, because you've got, unlike a cup formation, I've drawn the cup, but it's really a V-shaped formation, because you want this, look, 1 day rest and it makes a new high. 1 day rest and it makes a new recovery high. So you want this, in essence, to be where you're looking at speed. So speed and momentum, look at the MACD, look at the stochastic flat at 96%. That's fabulous. You want that to be moving up way into the 218, 217 area. Then I'll be able to say, okay, now you've got support between 214 and 212. But if it just makes this cup formation or this V-shape and then stalls and then comes down about to under 200, that's going to say be careful market-wise and GE-wise. And also it's cyclical. And the third thing that I'm looking at is it's been a leader. You want leaders to continue leading and making the new high list. I'll be right back. Dow's up 198, S&P's up 28. Basil Chapman, Tiger Ignitions Hour.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
So in the coulda, woulda, shoulda category was Palantir. Yesterday, I thought, okay, it's trying to hold nicely. It's 2 days underneath the 14-period moving average. Should I give it as a buy, just a trading buy, an oversold trading buy for subscribers? I decided not to do it only because it seemed to me that it was going to gap up. The high yesterday was 111.85 and it was trading at 112. And the market had already started to move up sharply, but turned around, was coming down. I thought, all right, let's just give it a time. But I think as a trade, even now at 117, to show that 9-period moving average pulling back under the 14 and the 9 just held like a rock, says, okay, it could rally. I don't know if it'll go back over 125.25, but you remember we spoke about 125.41 was the high back in February. It collapses to 66.12, runs all the way back in a straight line almost to 125.25, and then it turned down because of earnings, but it's still a darling for the layperson. I know people just talk about it all the time. So, yeah, I think that as a trade, I think it can go higher. I don't know if I would get in for subscribers. Maybe personally, I would just have it as a flyer, but no, it's just a little risky right now with the market conditions. So now let me just do a couple of things, because before we get to this end of this section, I needed to cover it. You've got Amazon trading up a little bit, up $1 at 189.70. It's trying to make that leg see. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying there are certain key stocks that were favorites, and we've been talking about this for months now, saying there's going to be a point where the Mag 7 start to pull back. And when they do that, we've got to then see that leadership comes in from other areas. I don't mean other sectors in the sense of gold or uranium or anything like that. I mean in the not just the tech sector, but in the general market. So that means monitoring this. You've got Apple in the same category, struggling. Apple's struggling up 15 cents at 196, pulling back way. It didn't even get back to the 200-period moving average, 218 on the bounce. You've got, I want to go to now, look at Microsoft, holding much better than the others, had that beautiful gap to the upside. We own Microsoft, had that gap to the upside, and now it's gone to a leg D. So now I'm saying to myself, it's not very big, the move to the upside, but it has held beautifully. Is Microsoft going to be in this rotational aspect the next go-to big tech sector stock in this particular proliferation of seeing weakness in former leaders? I don't know. All I can say is acting much, much better. But that whole idea of the Mag 7, that's split. That's. I mean, you've got your Netflix, right? Was it really? I think it was considered in the group, right? Netflix. But I think now what you're seeing is tremendous selectivity, and that's what I'm saying. Even in this market, that's why I say to subscribers, we might have to forsake some some aspects, some stocks that I would love to have looking out, but I want what's working. If it's not working, we're out. We go to something else that's working. So look at this. Netflix made an all-time high yesterday. It's very close to that today. It's in the leg E. So this is a moment that I think is fraught with, for me, it's fraught with proving the point. In other words, here we go back to the Dow. Look, the Dow up 170 at 41,286, holding well, but this is not, I mean, the weekly chart looks pretty good, but the daily chart looks like it's struggling, right? And you've got the 200-period moving average resistance at 41,575. So it says to me, in the next, and that's why I'm saying that in these measured moves, I want to be a little bit more cautious in the upside other than the measured move that I've got, prices that are a little bit above. I don't want to go out further than that because these daily charts, these are the speedboats. These are the ones that lead the turnaround. Then you get the pleasure cruises. Then you get the super tankers in the monthly charts. I need the little speedboat to turn around, the daily chart. I needed to see 42,500s early next week. And then I'm going to be able to say, great, that's really helped the weekly chart. So as it stands right now, bullish. We've done everything that needs to be done. We have certain stocks that are acting really well, waiting for quite a bit of a pullback, and a couple of others to be able to get into them. All I can say is that this is a very selective market. It isn't just a general consensus buy and hold. I think that's the difficulty right now. It's very selective. We're trying to be as selective as possible. It's worked, but it also sometimes, frustratingly, we get stopped out just by a fraction, and then whatever it is does the job. Hey, that's part of the game. Do the best we can. What's working is really more than made up for some of those silly little mistakes. I don't know if they're mistakes even. It's just the way the market has acted. So with that said, I want you to go to the VIX index to show you something that I think is worth noting going into next week. You see how it's now above the 200-period moving average, this orange line right here. We had a high of 60.17 on the 7th. That was the exact day of the low. And now what we're looking at is it's starting to struggle to go down, the volatility index. And that says there is buying here that has been maintained. If at any point the volatility index slides under 20.44, the 200 or tags it, that'll be like tagging over there. Will that be the start of another move to the upside? But I'm watching this very closely because two things. One is you've got the Eiffel Tower straight up and straight down, but the longer you take to test the lows and go sideways, the greater the chances are that you're building a base at that particular level. So you can hear by my voice that I've been very positive, and right now I'm saying to the market, prove it. I want follow through. We've got our stops in place. We've got everything just ready. We would like to see, and this is really tariffs related. It's not the interest rate related. I think it's just the tariffs hanging over the market in each different sector are having an impact in the sense that as soon as there's just a moment's, the sun shines for a moment, the market pops to the upside. Did that this morning, which was up. The Dow was up 300 in the futures, and now it is up 148. So we've got to, I'm now a little bit more cautious than I was. Let's put it that way. So I just want you to go back to, did that. Oh, natural gas. Natural gas, the UNG has been very attractive to me, but I still haven't found the technical veracity here in the price of natural gas to say go long, because it's such a volatile area, or it has just been volatile, meaning it keeps going down, 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 down. This move that came from the 3 area up to 3.58, having hit 370 something, 374 on the 5th of May, is worth watching. So if you look at the UNG, and of course this is the trading vehicle, United States Natural Gas Fund. You remember the platform that I was looking at in the volatility index saying how it's held? Well, look at this one. It's trying to bounce off this very long-term downtrend line. It has, but it's really not showing monthly strength. It did show terrific, beautiful cup formation going to a peak E in the weekly chart, going to 24, and then pull back all the way to the 15s. Now it's holding, and we're going to see if that 200-period moving average is a magnet or a propellant to get it to the 19s. It's at 1793 right now. I'll be right back.
This year has already been a wild ride for the market. We started off heavily in the red, reversed back to all-time highs, and we now have a trade war looming. Trying to play this chop as an individual trader leads to death by 1,000 cuts. Where does this market go next? Should I add to this position or cut my losses? Where is the next opportunity? Tariffs, trade wars, analysis paralysis. Don't become a victim of this intense market. Instead, join Larry Pesavento over the second and fourth Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading. Larry has been through many markets just like this one, and the insight he provides is invaluable. The dates for this month are April 11th and 25th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time. Get in here and let's start trading. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
All right, so now the market's taking a little bit of beating down, up 88 in the Dow, up 11 in the S&P, so something must be, something about tariffs out there. So let me do this. I've spoken about selectivity, number one. Number two, I don't think this is the time where I would start to raise a little cash again. I think it's very important to have some cash. Today's Thursday, the 7th. I've got those dates going from the 12th to the 15th as potential Ds in some of the, look, the S&P has only made a peak B. Let me just get this, SPX.X, there you are. only made a peak B. So that's to make it doesn't have to. But in the Chapman methodology, with everything positive like this, it still should go to a C and a D. Unfortunately, let's go to the SPY. I think that's the one that I drew. Yeah, I did. And that said that the high that was made at 570. Where are we? Here we go. On the 25th and 26th, going to the 576 area. That would be a target, but it's running out of time, and it says the 14th or 15th, running out of time. But I do want to see that. So far, the technicals are good enough to say, yeah, it's a possibility, but there is resistance, first of all, at the trend line at 572, and we're only at 561 right now. There's a lot to do, and it's the time that it's taken to break to those other levels that just had me a little bit worried. None of the technicals are weak at this particular point. Just the price action should have been a little bit stronger. The pre-market this morning, if that had followed through right to this moment, would have been very good action. But it's not doing that. All right, with that said, I'm going to say be a little cautious. And we're about to wrap up. You're going to Steve Rhodes recorded his show, so it'll be coming up next. Check out my opening call, my daily newsletter, the opening call, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see. Oh, an options expiration next week, correct. Thank you. So I don't know if I missed any questions. I think I got to most of the questions, and I'm just going to wrap it up here and say the day is young. Oh, yes, I could do that. Okay, I'll stay for the news. I'll do the news next.